Alright, hello everyone. This is Nocturne once again. Welcome back to a little more Final Fantasy XIII. This is actually going to be the first little side episode of my Final Fantasy XIII Let's Play. As I said, this is going to be a story LP, a story play through of the game, and because I am not sure all of you are as 100% interested in knowing all the little details of the story as I am, I'm going to be reading and going through most of these data logs, these little pieces of side information, background information, and these little bonus episodes that I'm going to come up with an interesting name for here in a second. So, let's go ahead and see what we have missed. Let's see, Chapter 1. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we know what's going on with that. Chapter 2. Yes, we just saw that. Alright, 13 days. Let's see. I believe I'm going to skip these as those come from cutscenes that won't be seen until the next episode, so we'll hold off on that. Okay, good. XIII. When a fal'Cie takes a human to be one of its l'Cie servants, that person is given a focus to be completed. Should the l'Cie fail to fulfill this focus before his or her brand advances to its final stage, that l'Cie becomes a XIII. Mired in eternal sorrow and regret, and robbed of all free will, XIII are damned to wander the world, unliving and undying, until their corrupted flesh at last can move no more. For XIII, there is no salvation. There is no coming back from it. Crystal Stasis. For l'Cie, successful completion of a focus holds the promise of eternal life in the peaceful slumber of Crystal Stasis, or so the legends say. Yet to spend an eternity as an immobile crystal is not so very different from death. The people of Cocoon consequently fear being marked as l'Cie, equating the fal'Cie's brand with a death sentence. Faced with only the choice between eternal damnation as a XIII and eternal imprisonment in Crystal, it comes as little surprise that many l'Cie decry their fate. Locales. These are coming up in the next episode as well, so we'll go ahead and skip them for now. Cocoon Society. Ah, yes. The Sanctum. That guy is an asshole, I'm going to say that right now. I'm sorry if that's a spoiler, but he is an asshole. Anyway. Cocoon's central government, the Sanctum, holds supreme executive, legislative, and judicial power. It also maintains direct authority over the military. Despite the fact that Cocoon was built by the fal'Cie and not by humans, fal'Cie opt to participate only superficially in governmental affairs, leaving Cocoon's administration entirely at the discretion of the human sanctum and its primarch, Galaneth Daisley. Galanth Daisley? I don't know. We meet him eventually, I'll figure it out by then. The Purge. A little more details on this. To the millions who call Cocoon home, the lower world of Pulse represents a constant source of fear. Suspected association with Pulse means stigmatization as an enemy of the state and all mankind, even for born and raised citizens of Cocoon. The recent discovery of a fal'Cie from Pulse near the city of Bodum caused widespread civil unrest. After placing the city's entire population under quarantine due to the possibility of contamination, the Sanctum then announced its intent to forcibly relocate the affected to Pulse in an emergency measure dubbed by authorities as the Purge. Great people, aren't they? XIII. The Sanctum military is composed of two main branches: the Guardian Corps, responsible for maintaining security in various jurisdictions throughout Cocoon, and XIICOM, Public Security and Intelligence Command. XIICOM is an elite special operations unit charged with protecting Cocoon from Pulsian incursion. In contrast to the lightly armed Guardian Corps, XIICOM employs an array of advanced heavy weaponry and cruiser-class airships. As XIICOM bears responsibility for any and all threats of Pulse origin, it was XIICOM who conducted the Purge. So all the enemies we faced so far were pretty much XIICOM. Bioweapons. The Sanctum has developed a vast arsenal of weaponry to defend against the constant threat of Pulse, and these living weapons are one of the many fruits of its research has borne. Ordinary cocoon wildlife transformed into efficient killing machinery through selective breeding, intense training, and physical augmentation. Bioweapons retain all the raw power and feral fury of their natural counterparts, while obeying the commands of their handlers with unwavering loyalty. AMP technology. This is something I explained in one of the first few episodes. Oh, no. Yeah, okay. Antimatter manipulation principle. Forms the foundation for a variety of technological wonders, enabling phenomena ranging from phase-space interference to the manipulation of gravitational force. Humans ordinarily lack the means to wield magic, but through the use of mana drives, another product of the principle, it is possible to synthesize its effects. So yeah, in that, one of the first mini-boss fights we had, and I was talking about the guy was charging up his mana drive. That's basically what he was doing. He was trying to get a magic attack off on us. And Nora. The paramilitary organization known as Nora is a group composed of like-minded youths, assembled by Snow and self-funded by the operation of a seaside cafe in Bottom. Functioning as a neighborhood watch of sorts, Nora members patrol the vicinity of Bottom for trouble. Most often, trouble consists of encroachment by dangerous forms of wildlife. Nora had never openly acted out against the Sanctum prior to the Purge, and because of this, the military had been content to turn a blind eye to the group's activities. Fal'Cie. Anima, our first boss fight. This Fal'Cie had been hibernating deep within the Bottom Vestige. It branded Sarah, as well as Lightning, Snow, and the others, condemning them all to the grim fate of Pulse l'Cie. So, yes, that is basically what we saw at the end of the last cutscene in the last episode. Although it appears Anima was brought to Cocoon in the Vestige centuries ago, Sanctum authorities had no knowledge of the alien stowaway's presence. Its discovery and the resultant fear that Bottom's population may have been tainted by its magic spawned the Purge. Gameplay basics, we'll be skipping that one. Battle, we'll be skipping all the primers. Enemy intel. These aren't too terribly useful. It's just kind of like a internal game bestiary. It tells you what they're vulnerable to, what kind of status immunities they have, how resistant they are to chain damage, at what point do you stagger them, and, depending on whether or not they've actually dropped it, their common and rare drops. Total health, level, expected level when you come across one, stuff like that. Pretty simple, basic things. Let's see, the wings seeth, those whites, yes. So we don't know what they drop, as they apparently have never dropped anything when we killed them. We don't know if they're vulnerable to any of those things down there. I believe those are like attack power down, magic power down, and not entirely sure. I want to say that one's like confuse or some sort of mental magic kind of thing. But I think, let me just go ahead through these again real quick. Yes, I believe that will take care of us for this first episode, this first bonus episode of your Final Fantasy XIII primer. Backstory primer, I guess we could call it. So, I hope those of you who stuck around to watch this have enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. This has been Nocturne, and I will see you guys again back in the main LP storyline.